Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on, guys, let's get into it. Hey, it's Mace Monroe, Best in Show, here with
Shady B giving you the tea.
And this is Let's Get into it. Now we're getting into this Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez case tonight.
Yes, and before we get started, I do have some church announcements. Right now, we are in a transition phase over here on Let's Get Into It. There may be some changes coming in the future. We're testing a few things out to see what works and what doesn't work. And we're adding a lot of new stuff. So, started with our little intro. We're going to be doing that every time. And also, I changed the name, the way it looks for our page, because some people are saying that they can't find us, like when they search for us. So I want to make it easier for us to be found for people who are trying to search for our page. So I changed the Let's Get Into It to include the number 2 instead of into. Mm-hmm. So y'all will see it when it comes up, but it's just a little minor change, and we'll see how that makes it easier. And if that doesn't work, we're going to try something else, because we have the plan A, B, and C over here.
And D. That's how you have to. you got it. Before we get into this case, let's see who is here. Hey, Cleo, my best friend.
Hey, Cleo, because we didn't say we was going live Saturday, so thank y'all for joining us.
Yes. Hey, Robin, my auntie. Hey, Ray Bay. Hey, Just Simply.
Robin, Ray. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to
right. All. I'm sitting here with a whole Christmas, and I forgot it's Christmas. This case got me. I'm like,
it's cold as I don't know what outside. So I was doing a little shopping, and then I was like, it's too cold. I'm going back inside.
Yeah, I heard it was 19 degrees.
Down here, how cold is it over there?
It was 19 degrees. Well, it was down to like 7 at one time. Then it went back up, and it was like 19.
It was so cold, the air could start coming out of my tires. I'm like, no, this is not working. This is not working for me. Hey, Just Simply. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yes, happy holidays, Christmas. Everyone.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Hanukkah, whatever you're doing.
What you sipping on? Are you sipping on something tonight?
I'm drinking water.
I was drinking this tequila rose. And I had this bottle for like so long. I had to get real ghetto because it got stuck, so we couldn't open it. So I had to like take a knife and stab a hole in it.
Or you could have put it under some hot water.
I tried that and it didn't work. It was just taking too long. I just said, it's like just open it. But
8 degrees. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. My car acting funny because it's not used to being this cold.
It's not used to this weather.
It's not used to this. Nobody used to it. Like I was, I'm not ready for it. But as long as we're not in the jailhouse, we'll be all right. So we're here to talk about the verdict for the Tory Lanez case.
And this is not. Let me be correct. This is L.A. State versus Tory. It's not Meg Thee Stallion. Meg didn't win nothing. She didn't win.
Well,
the LA, she probably won in the court of public opinion. This is her, validation.
I don't think she won in the court of opinion either. I think it was an all-around loss for everybody.
Yeah, this was just a mess. This was a big mess. Right before the holidays, this is just a sad situation.
So as y'all know, Tory Lanez was found guilty on all charges when it came to the case with shooting allegedly. Well, I guess we can't say allegedly no more. Megan in the foot. He was charged with 1 count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded gun, unregistered firearm, and he was on probation already. So the fact that he was on probation, How long do you think that they're going to give him for being found guilty?
Well, I hope he don't get the full stretch. Like they can.
So the
They
max
can give
that
him
he
up to, I
could
believe,
get,
22 years.
he's facing 22 years. However, personally, what I think is fair is 3 to 5 years.
3 to
For
5
shooting
would be fair.
somebody who didn't die. She's alive. She's
But what
twerking.
about, because they immediately remanded him? He was remanded immediately. I think that was due to him being a Canadian citizen, and that he's a flight risk, because he can actually leave and go to Canada and be out and never come back, and still, make music from Canada, do what he have to do. So I think that was some of their decisions in remanding.
I think the court was biased. The court was, although he lost, and I'm not taking up for Tory in any type of way. I'm not a fan of neither party. I think they were all at fault. And honestly, there was a lot of lying going on in this courtroom. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. This really wasn't about Megan, winning or not winning, but I do feel like it tarnished her career. She's going to have a certain amount of people who just don't like her because of this case. And it's going to affect her moving forward. It was bad for Kelsey because, now she's seen as put in the forefront. She was trying to lie to save some people, and it didn't work. And now she may be
lying to save herself, because the more the case unfolds, we learned a little bit of tidbits that we didn't know prior. Megan never mentioned that her and Kelsey fought, that they actually fought. And even when she was in court, I do believe the words that she used was, "We bumped." They said, "Did you and Kelsey fight?" And she said, "We bumped." You know what I'm saying? I don't know if a lot of people understood that, because that's like, a mnemonic, like, we bumped.
That's a slang term. That can mean anything.
That's what I'm saying. So therefore, it's a lot of jurors and probably people in that courtroom of different persuasion, that I don't know if they fully understood what "we bumped" mean. So she didn't even state that me and Kelsey fought. So maybe she was protecting herself, like, I fought this girl, so that would give me just cause. So that gives you motive. You're fought. You understand? So I understand now why she was asking for immunity.
She was asking for immunity because she knew she was about to lie on the stand. That's what it was.
But I think it was because she was about to get up there and lie. It was coming. You know what? It came out that they actually fought, that they got into a physical altercation. So that gives her motive, because you just fought this girl. You mean to tell me that it wouldn't be such a far-fetched idea that you may shoot her? So I would want immunity too if I was her, because the fighting of her and Kelsey fighting and them rumbling in the street. Did you hear that before?
Yes, I've heard, but the thing about it is there were so many stories. There was also a witness that said that Kelsey shot Meg. So by there being so many conflicting stories, I really don't feel like the prosecution had enough hardcore evidence to prove without a shadow of a doubt, because the goal was to prove without any doubt that he did it.
Yeah, as far as that,
they had enough evidence. I don't think they had enough evidence, and he's gonna appeal this case. He is gonna appeal, you guys.
Yeah, and I don't blame him for appealing, because as far don't get me wrong, I personally believe he shot the shit out of her. I believe he stood up on that thing with his little thing. He got mad and he was just like, "You tall, doofy bit." I believe it all. I believe he did it, and he deserves to pay for what he did.
Okay.
But let's be clear, that being now that he's being held accountable, is somebody going to hold Megan's coochie accountable? Because I believe her coochie.
Before we get into Meg's coochie,
got this in this whole drama.
Ray is saying 18 years because Meg has nerve damage. There are murderers.
She had nerve damage when she was tipping and riding and dancing with Cardi B like a week after the shooting.
And on top of that, there are murderers who have gotten way less. Need I say George Zimmerman and Casey Anthony?
The nerve damage. She should have nerve damage down below. That's where the nerve damage needs to be. So you stop swinging it everywhere and causing this drama.
Well, really, I think they were all at fault. But I do believe that it's quite possible that Tory put out the gun and shot her in the foot. However, I don't think the court proved it without a shadow of a doubt that it was him. Even though I'm not caping up for him, I feel like what's fair is fair.
Yeah, as far as the system, as far as the evidence that they displayed, I don't believe that they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he did it, because it was a whole bunch of conflicting stories. It was a whole bunch of lies. Somebody said this, somebody said this. So it wasn't fully, but let's be clear. Megan, regardless, I don't know where they get these jurors from, because regardless, if you don't know what Megan Thee Stallion looks like, you heard of her name. You heard of her. So it's nobody. The jury could be tainted. Like, they could be biased.
But let's talk about how your reputation is important and how your reputation can precede you in many different ways. Tory has a reputation for violence. This is not his first case. This is the first time he's been violent with somebody. Need I remind y'all? Now, we all know that he bust August Alsina face up. Bust him up. He was looking crazy in the hallway. Right there, looking crazy.
This is an angry little leprechaun. This man is
I don't
angry.
know who took the photo.
Hey, Kimmy Nicole. This man is a little angry.
And shooting people in the foot. Angry. You know, look, short people have the Napoleon syndrome.
Yeah, because they get mad easily. And we got to bring up what he did to Prince. Prince from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He dog walked him too.
He did beat up Prince. He did beat up Prince. I forgot about that. Let me see.
He done dog walked Prince.
There's evidence of that fight.
Well, Prince's nose was rearranged after that.
But he likes to fight people he know he can beat up on.
Right, because these guys are like Prince and
I really want him in debate with.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to run down on somebody.
Another spectacle.
That's probably why he had to pull out the gun, because Meg looked like she done whooped his ass.
August, Dream Doll, Prince from Love and Hip Hop Miami, just to name
right, I heard allegedly he
people already. I didn't hear what happened with Dream Doll. He actually physically hit Dream Doll.
Allegedly, I heard. They were saying rumors that he done beat Dream Doll's ass too.
Allegedly. Hold on, let me put
allegedly he's out here just whooping ass.
I didn't hear about the Dream Doll.
Well, it's the streets will be safe. The streets are safe, right? The streets is safe for now.
Well, I don't feel bad for him. I just don't feel like there was enough evidence.
I do feel bad for him. I do. I'm not going to lie. Like I feel bad for everybody involved. It's just a messed up situation. I feel bad that he, it's just bad that it's just a bad situation, and he's where he belongs. Don't get me wrong, because if you shot that girl, if you know what you did, so you deserve to pay for what you did, because it's not. I don't care where she was. Let's be clear. I don't care what she was doing with her vagina. She did not deserve to be hurt in any type of way. She did not deserve for him to stand up on the side of that car and tiptoe up on his very tippy toes and fire off. He didn't. She did not deserve that at all.
And the fact that he's wielding a gun around and all of this, that in itself is problematic. Like you're dangerous. You don't really seem to care about anything. So maybe you need to spend some time in jail. I would say 5 years max.
And like you in this nice area, because I know they wasn't too far from Kylie house, so I know they're in a nice elite area. And you feel the need to pull out you want to pull something out? How bold are you? You just have no respect. So
I pulled up, like, he messed up Prince's jaw. Like, his jaw was swollen.
But I thought it was the nose. He don't. Poor Prince.
To me, the nose wasn't messed up. What I see, according to this picture, is
maybe it was somebody else who rearranged his nose because.
Or maybe he got a nose job. Maybe he went to Bobby Boucher's.
No, but I do believe he was mentioning something about he needed to get his nose done and he needed some repairs and stuff. And after it was something like that was serious.
Or was that Prince?
He couldn't smell right. No, it was Prince, I believe. He's like he couldn't smell or something. That something was.
According to this picture from TMZ, This is the photo after the alleged attack, and it looked like his jaw is swollen in the side.
Tory out here
Hey, Kimmy Nicole, thanks for joining us. And you already know it's a documentary coming because the daddy is outside the courtroom calling upon mysterious forces.
I need to know who's the umbrellas because I need to call them.
Jay-Z and Beyonce like it's their fault that Tory ended up shooting what's the name in the foot. So I'm gonna pull up the daddy and what the daddy had to say, and all of this bringing the kids to the courtroom mess did not work in y'all's favor.
I think the kids, it should have been an age limit at that courthouse. I don't understand how the children was down to the courthouse. I think the children don't need to see no mess like that. They don't need to hear all this, and kids hear enough. Like it's too
about much. Travis Scott.
Yeah, too much.
Travis Scott? Seemed like Travis Scott wouldn't put up with that, but
Wait, Travis Scott Tory beat Travis Scott up too?
That's what Cleo is saying. Did he do something with Travis Scott? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't hear that. I don't know. I can't say.
Well, let me shut up before he escaped and whip my ass. Like, let me.
Bernie says he has been a violent little troll for years, and people have been protecting him and allowing it. True. People have been protecting him. He has a lot of protectors because he's the money maker. He's the breadwinner. He makes a lot of his money through writing, Yeah,
because I don't even understand how you running around here with sketchy hair. First of all, your hair is very suspect. Your hair is very sketchy and you got the topics. I don't care how much topics you pour on it. It's real sketchy. And for you to be acting like this and whipping people ass with that sketchy hair, like you have no shame.
He got to fill in with marker, you guys. So that little patch, he covered that patch.
He had the topics. It was the topics. He was sitting there like this.
Hold on, let me pull up the hair because I mean he's been receded. He's mad. He's short. His hair is gone. He is, he's struggling. But now they're saying that he's set to headline the jail prison talent show.
Right, and it's the memes, the jokes. I'm like, it's too soon, people. This man is been taken away from his children and his family right before Christmas, and you're out here with the memes. It's too soon. It's too soon.
That's his fault.
How they going to say? Did you see the man say something? If you won the last year talent contest in prison, Tory's coming.
That's what I saw all the memes. So let's get it. Let me see. I don't know what I did. Let's get into what the courtroom because he really showed his behind. Show how ignorant he was. Or maybe not. I'm going to let y'all be the judge. But he was saying a lot of strange stuff outside the courtroom after the verdict. Of course, he's upset. His son is about to go to jail. But let's what the daddy has to say. Let me see.
I just stood here in this Los Angeles County justice that this world has ever seen. Someone that I want to call Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z. You who say you from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of your men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Tar and Alex.
Okay, so I don't know if it's my computer or if it's StreamYard, but it's acting slow. Is it acting slow for you? Is it dragging? Hold on.
Well, basically,
I can hear you now.
Yeah, so basically, he called on his God. He called on the umbrellas. I don't know who the umbrellas are, but they sound like there's some interesting people. He called on.
It could be Illuminati. I'm trying to figure out
because the way he
Jay-Z
said it, he said, "I call on the umbrellas. I call on the people because of this miscarriage of justice." He was saying like he calling on them for help and assistance. That's the way he was speaking. I don't know. Probably that's a Canadian thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like.
Just simply says, and supposedly the father is a pastor. I wouldn't be surprised the way these pastors are acting these days. Cleo says, I found an article. Apparently, Travis approached Tory, and Tory wanted all the smoke.
He with it, but I don't know if it's gonna be a short or from because they say Canadians, they fight. But it's just
Kimmy says,
you just can't go around fighting everybody.
Kimmy says, yes, he was on probation for a gun charge. Yeah, about 5 years and deportation. He's gonna get deported.
Yeah, they shipping him back.
Because he's been doing too much. Like, sit down. You've been in more than one altercation this year. He got in another altercation right after the shooting happened. I think it was at a McDonald's. I don't know if you remember this. He was like fighting a McDonald's worker or something like that. Right after.
I really don't follow Tory Lanez because I personally like get energy off people. Like when I look at them, I see, and I personally, it always does like even like some of his, it's hard for me to like some of his songs. He had that one song, Say It, but I just like the song because it was like that brownstone like thing. But I personally don't know. I wouldn't listen to like, he gives me, his son's not too clean in the milk. He gives me an eerie feeling that I don't like.
So we're gonna see what happens with this case. He's definitely going to jail. He can appeal as much as he wants, but he's gonna have to be in jail until he gets an appeal. Or it depends on what the judge says. If the judge says we're just gonna do deportation and then home, what's called home jail when you're locked up at home.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that. And
but because he was on probation, he's gonna get something for that.
They're gonna make an example out of him. I believe they're gonna make an example out of him because he was already found guilty, and I don't think the state really proved their case, but he was still found guilty nevertheless. And they're gonna put him in this American jail, and then after he gets out of this American jail, they're gonna send him back to Canada.
Especially the way lately, like foreign prisoners have been in the media lately. They don't want an issue with Canada over Daystar, so I'm sure they're gonna work something out.
Yeah. So
Daystar has been a menace to us good citizens of the United States for too long. He should be exiled like Joe Giudice.
Joe Giudice. They should have never sent Joe home. Juicy Joe
was trash. Joe was trash.
Juicy Joe, don't send Joe to Italy. Joe is having the time of his life in Italy. Let me tell you.
Probably is.
He is. He's getting women. And he's eating pasta. They're eating prosciutto. I'm telling you, he's just living the life in Italy.
For you to put your wife in a position where she has to.
You didn't put her in anything. Teresa Giudice. Look at her. Teresa's from Jersey, okay? Teresa knew that she knew the skinny. She knew what the skinny was, She knew what was going on. Teresa ain't no fool.
Bernice says he was convicted of multiple felonies. He gets no bail, no time served, straight to prison. Well, he's getting sentenced on January 27th. So from now until then, enjoy Christmas. Because you're going to go straight to jail. Hopefully you get a nice little cellmate. And hopefully you can fight him. Or maybe might not want to fight him. Or maybe he'll be taking your lunch.
Well, but it's a lot because,
Juicy Joe in the Bahamas, they said.
Yeah.
Well, he just can't come to the United States.
Right. He good. He probably don't even want to come to the United States right now. He's like,
to see his kids, but that's a
whole like, we got FaceTime.
And that's another thing. That's what's most important is Tory has kids. And now you're gonna be away from your kids because of some stupidity Y'all got drunk at some function. You let your ego. I think it was because of ego. You pulled your gun out. You want to, show some type of dominance over everybody. It got out of hand. Meg ended up getting shot in the foot. Y'all tried to cover it up at first. And I think this is why he was found guilty, is because of the text messages that he sent right afterwards saying that he was going to give them $1 million. Mm-hmm. Don't say anything. I'm sorry. That's, I think, what really did it for him, because nobody's going to pay $1 million for something.
Because obviously he has anger issues, uncontrollable anger issues. Yeah. Because for you to pull out a gun, like I said, regardless if she's a hoe, she's a drunk, regardless if she's allegedly a drunk hoe, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she probably didn't know what the fuck was going on. She probably, excuse my friend, she probably didn't even remember what's going on. Because I've been drunk many a nights. Yeah. And I woke up with my wig on the side, and and feeling not to, and I'm like, what happened? And I'm looking at my husband like, what actually happened? And I don't remember what happened. So I can only imagine you're drinking. Like they said, she went through like 3 bottles of Hennessy. EJ King, the stylist, he attested to that she was very intoxicated. When you're intoxicated and you're sleeping with your best friend's man, and the best friend's man is allegedly trying to get with this white woman that you said you thought was a lame, like, oh, I'm glad you cool because I thought you was a lame.
And also he did a song about Megan. He did a song about her. Then he was commenting on Shade Room, like all this other stuff that y'all was doing was stupid, social media bullcrap. It ended up biting you in the back.
Right, and it should have just stopped. And I think she was more embarrassed. I think a lot of her not wanting to tell and not wanting to say it's embarrassment. You were sleeping with a midget. Not only long was you sleeping with a midget, you were sleeping with your best friend who was sleeping with who you hooked your best friend up with, and who you. Like, that's embarrassing. And you probably, like I said, women cannot do what men do, regardless if they talk about all the shaming and, oh, you're shaming. We could do what we want with our bodies and everything. No. Women are not built like men. We are just not. Our feelings get involved because that's what happened. She was probably on, like they said, she left the place. She realized, you leave something behind so you could go back because your nigga you want is there at the club. Like, oh my God, I forgot my earring. I forgot this. Let me go back.
They were kicked out of Kylie's house.
Right, but they was kicked out after she went back. The story was they were at the party chilling. They ended up leaving because Meg's wig was slipping. The wig was slipping. The wig couldn't be reinforced. So EJ was like, we think it's time for us to get out of here. You're a little drunk. Your wig is slipping. We can't fix it. So she's like, fine, let's go. Get Tory. She wanted Tory to come. Tory did not want to leave. Tory was having a good time with that white woman. You understand? And that white woman was having a good time with him. She did not like that because you were sleeping with him and your feelings got involved because we're women. Her feelings got involved. You seeing the man that you sleep with all up in this woman's face. You start to feel some type of way. You forget that it's your best friend, man, because now you drinking. You like, Then you leave. Then you be like, I forgot my slipper. I need to go back. You go back and then start an argument. Then you get kicked out. Then you like, I'm not leaving without Tory. Tory, come. You wanted him to come. EJ testified to this. This is what he had no reason to lie. He said,
but through it all, she, I guess she should feel some type of vindication.
No, she should feel vindication because she got justice for what happened to her. There's
going to be some people that are still going to hold Megan accountable, consider her to be a liar. This is going to tarnish her brand.
Because two things can be true at the same time. But this is what I'm saying. The people that's dumb in the back, like the people that's less than smart, two things can be true at the same time. She can be a victim. She's a victim. She is a victim. What happened to her shouldn't have happened to her. But she can still be a liar. Obviously. Just because you lied don't mean that something didn't happen to you. Something happened to her that shouldn't have happened to her. But it don't negate the fact that she's a liar.
Just simply also says, also Kylie told Meg to invite Tory because Kylie wanted to get back at Travis. So
she spoke to that man. And they said she was in there with his drawers and he was showing his print. He was in there with drawers. They was like, did he have on a swimming trunk? No, drawers. Do you have on boxers?
All of that. Nobody told you to pull out a gun. Nobody told you to,
He
should
shouldn't have
pulled it out in the first place. You should
We
never.
shouldn't have. But I'm saying, as women, we got to stop putting ourselves in positions like this. Because, like, a lot of times we put ourselves. Now, what if that bullet had went up and killed her?
It could have.
It could have. That's what I'm saying. So he deserves to be where he's at. He deserves to be in jail.
So I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all.
He did do it, but this was I'm saying. As a woman, sometimes you got to watch the company you keep. And you got to watch what you do because you are vulnerable as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So that bullet could have went anywhere. And it could have killed you. For what? For what? For some midget penis?
Whatever the case, Tory has been found guilty.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And it's been a circus. It's been a whole media circus. But we're going to also report when the verdict happens. And we're going to see how much time he actually gets. If the Chrisleys can go to jail, Tory can go to jail.
Ooh, speaking of the Chrisleys, did you hear how Todd Chrisley done went there and got that mother together, the mother of the granddaughter?
Whatever, switching gears just for this little bit, that's her child. I don't care whatever he says. That's her child.
She don't deserve that child. I don't care because I don't think as a parent, you don't abandon your kid, and that child does not know that woman. I'm gonna just tell you something that real quick. My mother, once something happened with her, my little sister, my younger sister is she's mentally challenged. She came to stay with my mother. Her and my mother got into a big altercation. She never lived with my mother before in her life. She never lived with her. This is her first experience living with my mother. My mother don't know how she gets down. She don't know how her mother gets down. They end up getting into an altercation. Like I said, mind you, my sister's slow. She's she has She's schizophrenic and bipolar. Now, you get into an altercation, you call the cops on this girl. You have her taking, you didn't even tell the cops like she's slow because she doesn't look physically slow. You won't know until she starts talking. She gets into the thing. They find out she's handicapped and slow, so they put her in the mentally challenged place in the hospital. Now my mother wants to come get her. So even the doctor looked like, you don't know this girl. She's never lived with you. When she lived with you, she had this altercation. That mother don't know that child. That mother wasn't there for that child. She needs to have visitation and slowly process. You can't just come because these people are going to jail and you want to snatch your kid back all of a sudden. What about all the time that these people were taking care of that kid? Where were you at? Were you even in that child's life? Was you popping up on weekends? Was you there for birthdays? Because according to the Chrisleys, she wasn't there. So you can't just come in. You're going to uproot that child. That child is not used to chopped meat. She's used to filet mignon. You can't take her from the Chrisleys and then take her back and here and then I'm your mother, but you never was around. No, sorry, that should not have happened.
Ray says they start going and taking advantage of in prison, and that's what he gets. Plus these men and the pokey love Meg.
Yeah, they do. Not the pokey. Not the pokey, Ray. You done took it.
He better lube up. He better lube up or something. Get ready to fight.
I don't think they probably won't fight him because a lot of people and a lot of men, they have something against her. Like they really don't. They're not checking for her.
A lot of people think that she's a liar. Like I said, does not help her case as far as public opinion. A lot of people feel like she won, but she really didn't win. This is not going to be good for her career. She's going to have to overcome this for a while. It's already affected her. And she already saying that she, felt like unaliving herself because of the situation. So it is only going to get worse. But at least this part is over.
Yeah, because she's going to be attached to this for the rest of her life. She's going to be attached.
She's attached to the bullcrap.
Yeah, for the rest of her life.
I would advise her to close her legs to not only married men, but just to people in the industry in general. Just close your legs because it gets messy.
Yeah, but hopefully she'll stay with, it seemingly like she has a nice relationship now with this party person. I believe, he seems like a nice gentleman and hopefully they'll but with this, that's kind of hard too on a man because she's saying like her boyfriend, I think she said on the stand her boyfriend is embarrassed.
Yeah, because it is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This whole case is embarrassing. It's stupid. It's pointless. It should have never happened. And it's ruined both of y'all careers. And now Tory is going to be taken away from his children. But
he took himself away from the children because you shouldn't have been jumping the gun, well, literally jumping the gun. You shouldn't have been doing so. Like, you can't go around just doing what you want to do. You can't just go around attacking people because you don't like something they did or something they said. Like, you can't do that. Sorry, sir.
But I want to thank everybody for joining us on this Saturday Live. We're just going to pop in when we want to. Cleo, Robin, Ray, Bernice. I saw Princess in the chat. Just simply, thank y'all so much. And bear with us as we go through these changes in the new year. It is going to get better and better and better and better from here. So Merry Christmas and Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
I hope everybody has a happy holiday. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mace.
All right. You can just check us out on Let's Get Into It on our channel. And please check me out on IG at Mace_Moreau and turning those hoes into housewives at Mace_Cooks. And
y'all make sure y'all follow me on Shady Your Room, where I give y'all these, little funny memes every now and then.
The Christmas tree.
The shade.
Can you play the video on the way out? Can we get that video on the way out with the Christmas
video? The
slap, when she slapped and she took the whole Christmas tree down.
I don't want to get copyright infringement.
All right, but that was a good one, boy. Oh boy.
Happy holidays, and once again, happy birthday
happy
to
holidays.
Bernice.
Happy birthday, Miss Bernice.
And we will see y'all next time. This has been Let's Get Into It. I am Shady B. That is Mace Monroe. And y'all have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Bye, y'all.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on guys, let's get into it.